What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode brought to you by Backyard Zombie. And in today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my studio. If you are a fan of like Adam Savage Untested, you know he has his cave, and I have my studio. This is just where I work. This is my office. This is my brain, all kind of brought into the physical world. There's so much stuff in here. I'm a hoarder of just autumn macabre, antique, weird props. This is just where it's my happy place, so I really want to show you guys my studio space, and I thought this would be a great time to do it. If you know anything about, if you are a creative or a craft or a prop person, we are hoarders, and I have quite a lot of stuff down here in the limited space that I have. But one thing about me is I'm really big on organization. I know where everything is. If someone says I need this, I know exactly where it is. I know where the trash is in this place just from a box, and I know where it's labeled. I know where it is. So I can't wait to show you like how I organize things, how my workspace. And yeah, so without all that being said, let's get on to the tour.
So I switched to handheld because I thought I would get all up and personal with everything. I love this doll collector sign that I got at an antique store. I think it's really funny. I have some like Evil Dead stuff. That's Return of the Living Dead. Just recently I posted on Instagram this phone prop. It does nothing, but I had this for quite a while. It was one of those electric things that like it made electric sounds and screams, but I turned it into a Ghostbusters phone because it's got an on-off switch. I connected it to this old phone that I found at my old job, and it's a phone, and it's connected to this by this wire, but it's like this like Ghostbusters thing. And then down here, we just keep oddity stuff. Megan made that when she was little. Some other stuff, and then here I keep my VHS collection, and I keep pencil boxes just full of stuff. So right here, here's an example. Small Evil Ted pulls, mech skulls, Ouija board stuff. Because I love these because I know where everything's at. So I have a bunch of these 50-cent like pencil boxes that I get at Michael's, and you can put them in a bookshelf. And I have tons of other stuff too, like stickers, oil paints, tons of stuff. Alright. So here's the main point, but we'll go over here real quick. I have this like just wall signs. I have, stuff hanging from the ceilings. And this is just, our power box to our house. It's got some of my Frankenstein stuff. You don't really get to see a lot of this. That's my original Big Frank. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man sign. So doodads all hanging. This is where I keep my directions to all my tools. And then we're going to start getting into like the organizational stuff because I like knowing where everything is. So let's take a sneak peek in the Necro folder. That's where I keep the Necro pages. Yep, that's how crazy I am. I don't know what I keep in there. Just kidding. It's tape. I made this last summer. I thought it was really cool. I found this in an antique store, and I put a bunch of balls in it with some light. There's my new Big Frank. This is actually one of my favorite drawers. Just full of eyeballs. You never know when you're going to get a bunch of eyeballs. And this is by a 3D printing office. 3D printing artist, sorry. I've done work with him. He's done 2 prints for me. I will include his stuff in the description because he's awesome, but his username is just slipping me right now. I'm so sorry for that. And then we have more organization, just stuff, that you need. And I know for, like, right here, it says figure arts. It should say figure parts, because I keep my action figure parts in here. But then we have, like, important stuff, like nails, screws, hinges. And I just got this. I got this at Aldi, believe it or not, and I love it. Always about organization. I don't know if you peeked that golden chicken nugget from McDonald's. Yeah, I got it. And then we got some cool props. I have one of my custom Ghostbusters proton pistols that I made. I love that thing. Some of my sonic screwdrivers, my Neutrona wand, and then my Spirit Halloween buck knife. I have a custom painted Jason mask that I did last year. I never made a video for it. My little cabin, some odd stuff from the dollar store, stuff like that. And then we get into my tools. As everybody knows, I'm a big Ryobi snob. I love Ryobi tools. So I have quite a bit of it. A lot of drills, there's a flashlight, my Dremel sets, And then as you go over here, we have my hot glue gun, and then 3 of my saws. I have 2 more saws on the left, and we'll get to that later. But this is pretty much where I do most of my videos. As you can see, I have my tripod mounts, and I mostly do all my prop stuff right here. That's a prop I'm working on next week. It is a Pip-Boy. We're going to be doing a really cool video for the new Amazon Fallout show. Under the desk, I keep all of my paint brushes, and other painting stuff. I keep my travel toolboxes under here. That blue box is where I keep all of my stage weapons, vampire killing kit, and then in the corner I have this bin and keep my Ghostbuster props, a lot of just junk parts, and some of the merchandise that I keep, here at the studio. And then over here I just have, where I keep my markers and pens. A lot of the Backyard Zombie screenplays and stuff I've accumulated is in that middle drawer, and then more just stationary stuff in the bottom. And there's Stephanie. And that's kind of, when I'm sitting at my desk, this is what I get to look at, which is pretty cool. I've actually had this shrunken head for a while, and I found it in one of those bin stores for 10 cents. It was pretty cool. Alright, it might have been 50 cents. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was really cheap, and I went home with them. And then an elf from Elf on a Shelf, because obviously. And then the pan from The Cheating Death. All just sitting around here at the desk area. And then up here is where we get into my Evil Dead chainsaw collection. Now, the one on the top is the one that me and my dad made in 2012. That was the first chainsaw I ever made. And I know it's covered in a lot of action figures, but you gotta find space where you have space. And then my chainsaw, that's my pride and joy right there. I made a video about that 2 falls ago. And then on my Kandarian Demon Dagger, that's my one I made. And then I have a bunch of as you can see, action figures. And we won't get into detail about all of this stuff, but I do have 2 antique Jack-in-the-Boxes because I love creepy antique toys. I got a Walking Dead RV Walker bobblehead. I love Master Chief. Found this guy at a yard sale. I have no idea what it is, but it's ceramic, and it just makes me happy. We made these. We casted these. They're just casted little ghosts. I have a couple lying around. Love ghosts. And then I got some Batman stuff, Evil Dead, my Daleks, this zombie figure, which is really cool. I don't know what it's from. I got it loose. Funko from Call of Duty. That's a zombie. And then I've always had this. If you watch my other videos, you'll see that it's always been there. This hand screwed to this custom-made shelf, but I always put little finger puppets on them. And isn't that fun? Who doesn't love finger puppets? My Ecto 1 license plate and my Neutrino goggles. And then we're going to transition here because I have to move some lights, but now we're going to get to the other side that you don't really get to see a whole lot. So let's use this light as a transition. So over here, we have a lamp. It's a very special lamp. No, I'm just kidding. It's a lamp that I just have down here for extra light. This is the Hall of Fame shelf. I got this from Megan. I believe it was her father's. And this is where I keep a lot of my specialty props that I've made for videos. As you can see, you might recognize some. We have the Halloween challenge mask that nobody did. Yeah, not bitter about that at all. We have this cool sci-fi prop that I made a couple videos ago, and of course the custom Ghostbusters popcorn bucket. We have the knife from Slice of Life, our first film we ever made. We stabbed this into Danny, and this was the knife from that. Megan made this little dinosaur. I love it. And then down here, we have, the Evil Dead diorama. I made a video for that. And of course, the Scorpion King bracelet. And this, believe it or not, was one of the first, custom demonic elf things I ever made. And this is kind of what inspired Evil Elf on a Shelf. I found this weird, attractive girl at a yard sale. I don't know what it is, but I made her a deadite covered in blood. There's my little tiki. This was from my first prop class I ever taught with kids, and this is the ghost in a jar. And it's like a Ghostbusters inspired prop. And then my friend Heather actually got me that. It has a story that I had this axe that I had freshly painted. I was really excited about it. It was foam, and she hit it on a wall, and it cracked. So she framed a piece of my paint job in that frame, which was a very special gift. And then down here we have this custom Cthulhu totem and my Necronomicon Ex Mortis that I just made a video about. And of course my custom Kandarian Demon Dagger that everyone... I keep saying Evil Dead Dagger, but everyone's like, it's a Kandarian Demon Dagger. And I'm like, okay, I'll just say it here. That is a custom 3D printed ash buckshot holder. My Nickfluenza Henrietta puppet that I did a video for. I made a bunch of these zombie gnomes and I gave them to friends. And then I sculpted this years ago, but it's a custom Audrey too. Yeah. And then down here is where we keep all the stuff for Elf on a Shelf. My Talk to Me hand and some other doodads. One of my first videos I ever made was this custom Mandalorian helmet. And this is for a project for another day that I haven't really finished, but I'll get to it eventually. But the Elf on a Shelf stuff lives down here. And that is my, Hall of Fame shelf. Now let's go over here to another transition to this light. Light transition, because I had to move the lights around to light up this space. There's not a lot of light down here, but this is the part of Backyard Zombie that a lot of people don't get to see. And then over here is where it becomes more of storage for our basement. So we'll stay away from there. But over here is this custom shelf that my dad did. I actually had him sign it because I wanted...
Holy God, this is on side.
Hey Dad, thanks for everything you do for Backyard Zombie.
Look at your new saw. You haven't even got to use it yet.
He's fixing the table legs. Because we don't...
take a little bit off of this.
I want him to be represented here, Backyard Zombie. And this is where I keep my 2 new Ryobi saws that I got for Christmas. And this one is for more like home stuff that I've been working on. But I have some cool projects that I have planned for this bad boy later this year. I keep some other parts and accessories for these 2 saws. I'm really excited to get into doing some projects with this bad boy. I'm very excited. Scroll saw crafting is very cool. I keep some excess material down here. But on this window, I have a bunch of other doodads. This cactus was made by my friend Levi. He played Santa in our Evil Dead... not Evil Dead, Jesus. Our Elf on a Shelf video. He played Santa, but he made this Evil Dead cactus is where I was going. This gnome I bought years ago at a Goodwill because I thought it was so creepy, and he's been my friend to the end ever since. I think he might be haunted, but he's my friend, and we have a good rapport and friendship. And then I test stencils on this wall. There's a Firefly, Backyard Zombie stencil I have. More Fireflies, Ghostbusters, and I like it. It's a splash of color. But you might have been noticing I have pumpkins. I have tons of pumpkins and other doodads hanging. But I have quite a collection of pumpkins. And I just hung these the other day, finally. And they're all over the studio, as they should be. Oh, look! And that is going to get us into our... I put all of my fun action figures up here. So if you see something cool, comment down below. I'm not going to go through every single one. There's a creepy little Baby Yoda. This Baby Yoda was made before any merchandise for Baby Yoda had been released. And he's really cool. And I keep him up there because he's my little gremlin. Got some other weapons, and you got to use the space that you have. So I keep my heads and skulls and hands. There's that Batmobile that I made a video for that actually got a lot of views. And then over here, we have this big old box of foam. I have a bunch of foam sheeting in here. I want to start getting into doing more foam projects, and I'm going to have to start diving into that. And yes, the accursed RTV is up there, and that is for a discussion for another time. But this is also where I keep all my materials. So, materials, costume pieces. That box is backwards. It's my MISC model box. But as you can see, I label everything. Bones and teeth, twine, sticks, my sonic screwdriver collection, my chainsaw parts for 2024, antique and oddities. I got some other chainsaw parts, some large old pieces, my sculpting stuff, and then it just continues on. Just more projects. And down there is all the Christmas stuff that I accumulated for Evil Elf on a Shelf. You watch, you die. Yes, that is a prop for the future. You will see it soon, I promise. I've put a couple of Easter eggs in there, and I guess I'll point that out to you. That's something for something. You'll see soon. And then we have my molding station where I keep all my resins and my molds. So Evil Ted, I got some spooky ones. And then Megan has her own little box of crafty stuff down here as well. And then spray paint, because you need spray paint. So let's actually go into this corner. And I'm going to open this bad boy for you guys now. Remember when I talked about hoarding? Yeah. Prop people, crafty people, we hoard everything. So I have bins, I have parts, I have materials, I have tons of stuff in this cabinet. It used to be 10 times worse, and I actually went through it, but now I have it kind of all accumulated into all this. Tons of stuff. I got some action figures up there, some old antique stuff, this pumpkin light, more lights, some antique Halloween stuff is back there, this antique box, this Visible Man model, this vampire model. That's a creepy ventriloquist puppet. Super creepy. But that is my cabinet of horrors, as I like to call it. I also have cool stickers on here. Hey look, Brett's Groovy Chainsaws. So yeah, that's my cabinet of horrors. Oh, the original Backyard Zombie sign. I gotta hang that bad boy. Alright, let's show you the other creepy stuff, and then we can be done with this segment. Did I show you I have a corpse on the ceiling? I don't remember if I did. There it is. So this is Chester, and Chester is a project that I have still not started, but when I do start it, you will remember Chester. Chester is a doll that I saved from a Goodwill. I bought him some nice clothes, and he is my special friend. And he moves quite a bit down here. That is not a joke. Let's just say that. And then I have some cool books that are antiques, that are Man, Myth, and Magic, and the Witchcraft and Magic Encyclopedia. And then here, I got these two antique dolls for Living Dead years ago. My buddy Jacob, who's been in a couple of our short films, he played with these on set, and every night it was so funny. But then I found this curio cabinet, and it just like screamed The Conjuring. So that's where they live now, and it's super creepy. And then I have some other Halloween antique lights. This ghost was missing the pumpkin. The pumpkin had broke, the person that sold it to me said. So I'm trying to find a pumpkin. This one's the temporary one. I gotta find a smaller one because it just doesn't like match up. But yeah, those are my more creepier antique-y stuff. And then over here I have my Evil Ash helmet with my critter Bianca. Isn't she so cute? I love her. I saved her from the exchange. And then I keep my puppets and other body parts in this dresser until Megan claims it for clothes. But right now she has not claimed it. So until she does, let's actually take a peek. I think there's some like, there's a decapitated doll in here. There's a Casper puppet, some other puppets and stuff. So that's where I keep those. Chester. There is no soul in those eyes whatsoever. So just doing a full walkthrough where the laundry room meets Backyard Zombie. This is what I see every day. That is my bathroom / paint booth. I paint in there in the old shower. But I come over here and my desk is right here. Or my work area. And then I keep turning. And then I have a nice rug, some stuff for storage. And then this side, as you've already seen. And that is all of the Backyard Zombie studio. And then we can go this way, look around, got a lot to look at, and then Backyard Zombie. Ain't that fun? For such a small space, I know how to use my space well. Everything has its place, everything is easily accessible, and super creepy.
So there you have it, folks. That is my studio space. I really hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video, this kind of content. We probably won't be doing another tour for a while, but I thought, why not give you guys a look into the behind the scenes of what really happens down here in this basement for Backyard Zombie. This is my, as I said, it's my happy place. This is my workspace. It's my office. It's my escape. I'm very fortunate to have this space to do all this stuff and make content for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of video, and if you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribe, and hopefully we will see you all in the next video brought to you by Backyard Zombie. I can't wait to show you guys new stuff. We have some new content coming out very soon, and yeah, so thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.